Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up? I missed talking to you yesterday. 3-day weekend. What's up? Was it good for you? Did you get that self-care going on? Your ritual of self-care? Did you turn your vicious cycles into glorious circles? Or whatever the hell the last podcast was. I don't know. It seems like a real long time ago, doesn't it? Like last Friday? Bam, a long time ago. So welcome back. We're doing lots of more magnet stuff again this week. Last week we did the law of magnetic control. Today we're going to do the law of magnetic impulse. And tomorrow the law of magnetism. So we'll get these magnets out of the way. And then we'll move on to manifestation. We're doing 105 universal laws. And then we pull botanical-based oracle cards. So if by some chance you're just peeking in for the first time, welcome. That's what we're doing. So yeah, the law of magnetic control last week reminded us that every thought we have creates a match that comes back to us like a boomerang. So how many of y'all are getting smacked in the face with these boomerangs? Like every thought, think about this, every thought that we put out creates a match that comes back to us like a boomerang. It all comes back to us. So doesn't that make you, one, want to clean up your thoughts and be more aware of what you're putting out? And two, doesn't that make you want to clean up your thoughts and be more aware of what you're putting out? Yeah, I just did that for the sake of effect. Cause and effect. You are the cause, and yeah, you have created the effect with your cause, with your thoughts. So bam, that's what the law of magnetic control was. Can we control that? I mean, I'd like to. I'm trying better. I'm trying. So today we're going to just kind of whip through the law of magnetic impulse. Okay. And then it is Tuesday. It is actually Tuesday. And sometimes on Tuesdays, I like to pull tarot cards. So we might do that. And we're not, if we have time, maybe a soul tree too. We'll see. I did a 2-hour long broadcast last night. I missed you so much that by the end of the day yesterday, I had to get on my YouTube channel, Sadie Marie Cherico, and I did a 2-hour long live stream. So that is what happens when I take time off from you. So I need my daily, my 5-day a week broadcast with you. I'd go 7. Just for the record, I would go 7 if my life allowed that. So you want to hear about the law of magnetic impulse? This is the 52nd law. 52 of these we have done. I just want to say I'm proud of us. Okay, so the law of magnetic impulse is also known as the first step towards marriage or the law of popular union. It results in an eventual union between the man or atom and group, which produces harmonious group relations. It is also known as the law of polar. Did I say popular union? I meant to say polar union. Polar. It's not popular at all. Polar union. And the symbol is 2 fiery balls united by a triangle of fire, thus picturing the triple interplay between all atomic structures. The ray energy is radiatory energy of the second ray. Manifesting factor. Okay, so sometimes I just read them and we pretend like we listened and we pretend like we understand, and then we just pull some cards. So basically, this is the first step towards marriage or polar union. I said popular, but that was not correct. Polar union. It says eventual union between the man or Adam and the group which produces harmonious relationships. So this is a very broad definition of marriage. So the law of polar union, and then 2 fiery balls and a triangle fire. That's all I heard. So this is manifestation energy. First step, the law of magnetic impulse. All right, so all I have to do is read them and then we get credit. It's like that class that you take, you just have to show up. Like if you just show up and listen, you'll pass the class. So there we go. I'm putting it away. I'm putting it far away. Yeah, some of the laws were like, dang, we love these. And then other laws were like, what? What was that? So let's pull some tarot cards. Let's do that. We'll do soul trees another day because the herbal tarot keeps us busy. It really does. And this is not a full deck because the high priest is not in this deck right now because I am going to sit down with him and put together the next Herbal Marie podcast with the high priest, which I think in like normal, regular, standard tarot decks, it's the Hierophant, but in the herbal tarot, they call it the high priest, which is good because Hierophant, I hope I'm saying that word right, you know, I'd rather say high priest, but that kind of is sort of more charged with some other energy. But anyways, it's sage. So the herb that the high priest is sage. So I'm excited to do that podcast, show, whatever you want to call it. All right, so our first tarot card today on Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday, is the 9 of Pentacles, but it came in reversed. Oh, great. So is that does that mean like we still have money issues floating around? Is that what that means? Right, because the grapes are always, like when it's upright, she's just sitting under these grapes. She is plentiful. She has plenty to eat and drink and be merry. She's got 9 pentacles on her red dress, flowers in her hair. Like she ain't stressing, but she came in reverse today. So maybe this is a nice message for us to get back to not stressing if we have moved away from it, or if we ain't never been there, give it a go. I mean, it really doesn't change. Stressing about your money doesn't bring you more money. We are knowing this from learning the laws of the universe, right? It just makes you feel anxious and cranky and bad. So try it out for a while. Try not stressing about it. It's not going to make it any worse. So dark grapes coming in with our first card today, followed by Cypress, which is the Chariot. Okay, so it's like chill out, okay? Try to chill out. And then the Chariot's all about motion and action and clear thinking. He has got it together with his blonde flowy hair and his red feather and his helmet. He's got the power of the sun and the moon. He is very balanced. And the stars, he's together. He's got like the type of beard that he brushes every morning. It's not too long, it's thick. I mean, the man has manifested some internal power in his life. And on the front of his chariot is the yin yang, the black and white yin yang, or however you want to say it, which is all about balance, right? He is very balanced energy. So this is definitely an invitation for us to get balanced ourselves, you know, and then make our decisions and our forward actions from a place of clarity, from balanced, grounded, level-headed clarity, and see how much progress we make going on like that. All right, so let's just get another card. We might just do 3 cards. We might keep it super simple. Okay, we're going to go to the bottom now. Uh-oh, 7 of Cups. We're going to have to do the top too. All right, so 7 of Cups is all about choices. So it sounded good. The message sounded good, but then it was like, but I don't know what I want in life. I have too many choices. We have the 7 of Cups, and also on the top, which is now going to be on the bottom card. See how I did that? Is the Hermit with licorice. So it's kind of like the challenge is right now in life, 1, that we're antisocial hermits, and 2, that there's just so many choices. Like, well, what do you want to do? I have a daughter like that. She's like, what should I do today? She's got all these ideas. Well, what do you want to do today? What are you called to today? What's really getting you excited about today? And yeah, it's like some of our choices are going to be really productive, and other choices, it's like just going to be a distraction in the moment. We'll be chasing jewels that are meaningless, but it might be the experience that we're looking for. So the only guidance system, I'm going back to the Chariot now, he's got his own internal guidance system, his own GPS. And you should be the same. You should only be listening to you. I mean, tune in, hear the messages, and, you know, like I like to tune in and listen to videos on YouTube, hear the messages, get the synchronistic, divine timing messages that are perfect for me. But ultimately, it is up to me to make the decision on what I focus on, what I end up doing. So I love the Hermit, 1, because it's like, if you are really being influenced by other people's opinions, and you should do this, and you should, why don't you do this, and how about this, and blah, 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 blah. You need a little hermit energy. You need to retreat. You need to get away from everybody so you can think clearly, right? Get yourself connected with yourself before you intermingle with the crowd, and before you make those types, any decision, you know, get connected with you. Likewise, it's like, of course, I always think like you're being too much of a hermit, because that's me. But in this case, I'm seeing like the hermit energy is super necessary, because like the hermit's standing in the middle of a licorice plant. He's about as tall as a licorice plant right now. And he's holding up his crystal lighted ball, right? So it's like sometimes, regularly, on the weekly at least, maybe daily, I would suggest daily, you need to have time to yourself, with yourself, so that you can hear yourself. And that's what he's doing. He's lighting the way of his own path. He really is. And even though he's got this 7 of Cups above right now, with all these possibilities, all these cups full, right? These juniper berries, just so much energy coming in. Like, what do you want to do? He's got the energy of the Chariot pushing him. He's still waiting. He's standing and waiting to see which way he wants to go. So, all right, let's get another card to see where we're going. What do we want to do? Are we going to get distracted and just be doing too much? Are we going to stay focused? Are we going to fall into that reversed 9 of Pentacles, feeling like we're doing too much, we don't have enough, our energies are futile? Or can we really become... Can we really become productive? All right, this one flipped out and looked up at me, and I said, because it's Pan. We got the Devil card. This is Lobelia. But actually, you'd think like that's a bad omen. Like, oh, we're trying to figure out what to do, and the Devil comes in. Not today, Satan. But actually, he's like, it's Pan. Okay, it's not actually Satan, you guys. It's Pan, and he's got like the goat legs, you know, he does have horns on his head, but he's sitting with the Lobelia holding a star. And we'll look in the book, but I always feel like the message from Pan is to have more fun. to have more fun with this. He's like he flipped out of the deck to come in to say, "Oh, hi. Wow, you're really overthinking everything." Like always. Like always. Do you think you could just have some fun? Like, do you think like we could just play a little bit and maybe like instead of thinking that you can only choose one of the 7 cups, just like grab 2 of them, okay? Grab the 2 that you like the best and let's have some fun. You can totally still have your hermit time later. I'll leave you alone, but let's just enjoy this because like yeah, there is fire all around him. He's like, we got so much energy to burn. What we gonna do? And it's like put that good energy to use. I mean, this layout has the Chariot. I mean, we can, if we are focused and clear on what we want, we can use the fire of Pan and that energy coming in with Juniper, all the options. We can use that to just keep us going in the right direction. Like we have a really good pilot here. So we can use the energy, to our advantage. All right, I'm going to actually just see if we can squeeze in either another card or 2 more cards just to kind of get a full reading here. I mean, I like this, but it is Tarot Tuesday, and we could do like a final outcome. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll agree to have more fun, I guess. Right, so let's do top and bottom. Okay, we have Echinacea with Temperance, and we have the Ace of Swords reversed coming in with Chamomile. So to me, it does say to kind of keep control of this energy, right? Temperance, like yeah, Echinacea is stimulating, and we want to be stimulated. We do. But we also, it's coming in with Chamomile reversed. And the temperance message, like to stay balanced. She's got her 1 foot in the little pond puddle, right? She's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. She's very balanced, right? She's cooling down but staying steady. But Echinacea is stimulating. It's like, yeah, like definitely get the energy flowing. We don't want to become stagnant. We don't want to become too chill, right? With the Ace of Swords reversed, the Chamomile. Like, I want to look that up and see why that is reversed. Like, that is going down. But it also almost looks like an anchoring. When it's reversed, when a single sword like that is reversed, it's anchoring. And that crown that it would have upright now looks like, kind of reminds me of like a garden bed, like a really beautiful raised bed. So anchoring in some energy. So we'll take a deeper peek at what the 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 7 of Cups, the Hermit, Pan, Temperance, and Ace of Swords has come in for us today on Tarot Tuesday, Tuesday Tarot here at Herb Oracle. Okay, so we are just going to look in the tiny little pamphlet that comes with this tarot deck. I do have the Spirit of Herbs, the thicker book. That's awesome. But I think just for our purposes today, I'm just going to get the quick meaning and we'll just go from there. Because, yeah, I got a big day. My throat has a big day. We started our homeschool lessons yesterday and so much out loud reading. I forget how much reading that requires from me. And then I did a really long broadcast last night. So I'm definitely going to be sipping on some tea and a few cough drops today just to keep my throat happy. All right, so the 9 of Pentacles was the dark grapes. We got it reversed, which is a threatened loss of material possessions, possible threats and hazards. I took it as just worrying that we weren't going to be having enough, because it's like if she was upright, she'd be all about material prosperity and wealth. And it says shallowness. So it's like, yeah, definitely let's not worry about material possessions. Let's not put our focus in the material world right now. Like we are well into our spiritual journey. If we've been hanging out together, I can say it is safe to say, you are focused on your spiritual journey. This does enter the time of year that you will be challenged left and right. Like, do you have your beautiful fall centerpiece? Did you get your mom's? Are you decorating with pumpkins? And I love that stuff. But when you go to the store, it's like time to change the whole decor of your house for pumpkins. What the heck? Who's Paul? Okay, that was weird. But it's like you are going to be challenged, and then, then it's Thanksgiving, and then you're supposed to like decorate a certain way for that, and then it's Christmas, and not only are you supposed to change the whole decor of your house again, you're supposed to decorate the outside of your house, a freaking tree, and take out a loan so you can buy everybody stuff that they don't need. Like, we are entering in a very shallow time of consumerism. So, for this week, don't worry about money. And in the long run, I would say really try your best to stay out of the material world best you can. And, focus on your energy. Focus on your emotional state. Focus on, meditating more and getting more grounded and focused and putting your energy into projects that maybe you don't need to really spend money to do that. So dark grapes are a nutritive, a blood tonic, the diuretic. This says that the root is a nutritive for the blood as it is high in iron, and the leaves are used as an astringent and as a mild alterative for inflammatory conditions. And I really meant to dehydrate some grape leaves this year, but my grape leaves didn't grow as much as I thought that they would, and the Japanese beetles ate them crazy. But it is a great leaf to include in your homemade green powders because it has a good source of vitamin K. So maybe next year, I'm already thinking maybe next year. I'll have to do that next year. If you didn't get to it this summer season, just make a list of all the stuff that you'd like to do next year. So then we go into the chariot energy. That is a plant called cypress, which regulates the energy of the whole body. It's used for moodiness, gas, symptoms that come and go, and menstrual irregularities. So symbolically, it's used for trouble regulating one's energy. If you have swings in mood from depression to joy, you're all over the place, you have trouble digesting food, cypress is not for an individual with dryness and a tendency towards hyperactiveness. So it probably is not for me. But this message is all about direction from within. Like I was saying, have your own internal GPS. You really need to know and have knowledge of your inner power, your inner strengths, and have the ability to regulate your life to manifest the highest potential. So this is a great card about triumph and will, but it's just make sure that you're not being too stubborn or insensitive. You don't want to have so much drive that you're cruel or hostile. You can overdo the chariot. You certainly can. And then you're overbearing. Your personality will just run people over. So this is let's focus on that yin yang. This really is about manifesting your highest potential in your life from a really balanced, powerful, integrative strength. So that is the chariot energy. I love it. It's like if you do invest your energy within, if you do nourish yourself and invest and don't let yourself get distracted, don't let yourself get drained by the material world, you are going to have a lot of power to make some really fun, important decisions for yourself. So that's what the 7 of Cups is all about. So many possibilities. This is juniper. So juniper berries are a warming tonic, diuretic. They can be used, as an aromatic, as a carminative, a diuretic, all of that stuff. It is an aid to digestion as well. And but the energy meaning coming through today is all things are possible. Like really, you have a cup with a mask with jewels. I think that might be, I don't know if that's a snake, but there's a castle in one. There's a wreath. There's a heart. There's a dragon. It's like, well, what do you want today? What do you want? All things are possible. The realization of the impact of thoughts in creating daily reality. So it's like all the messages we've been receiving now for 50 whatever days we've been doing the laws of the universe. They're all connected by the fact that your thoughts have creative power and your thoughts create your reality. So all things are possible. Where are your thoughts? Because if you have any inability to control your thoughts, then you need more focus and you need more discipline. Like if you're just thinking about everything, you're here, there, you're all over the place, you are not utilizing the power of your thoughts. You are not manifesting proper. So really reel it in. Decide on what you want. Decide what you want and then focus your energy on that. Okay, so next we have the Hermit. Let me see if I can even find the Hermit in here. It is, I guess, is that number 9? Do I even know my Roman numerals? Hardly. There it is, the Hermit. Licorice. Licorice is called the peacemaker herb because it calms the mind. I love that. I love that now that it came in with the potential chaotic energy of the Seven of Cups. Licorice is coming in to calm the mind so that you can choose a cup to focus on. Licorice is a demulcent, a tonic. It's also anti-poison, aperient, and is useful for ulcers, indigestion, and food poisoning. Dang. So symbolically, it is used for difficulty feeling at peace with oneself. If you're feeling like you have too much aggressive energy, you're feeling quarrelsome or nervous, irritable, licorice is coming in to be that peacemaker within you, so you can be at peace with yourself. Just as a disclaimer out the wazoo, licorice is not for one who has a tendency toward fluid retention and high blood pressure. So always do your research. So yeah, this hermit is holding up the light for himself, but it's also being an example for others. It's also being a light bearer for others. So as you get control of your life and you start manifesting beautiful things in your world, you are setting the example for other people. You are being a light bearer. So this really does have a message about enlightenment, teaching by example, and inner attainment. So this is a card with a lot of humility. That type of humility that sees everyone as equals. Like you may have attained some enlightenment, but you understand that everyone has that potential. Everyone is on the path. We're just at different places. So it's a natural humility. You don't feel better or less than anyone else. So that is really important if you have been holding back, if you've been hiding, if you have a false humility, if you have darkness and withdrawal and self-delusion and think that you are less than, like you don't deserve to be around people, you need to clear that up. So it can go any direction. If you're too arrogant and you hide out because you think everyone sucks, you could work on that as well. There is this natural balance in humility that you can find, for being a light bearer for others and being at peace with yourself and teaching by example. So I love the energy of the Hermit when we look at it like that. So now it's really cute that Pan came in after that, encouraging us to have more fun, break up some old patterns, let go of cares and worries. The Pan card really does want you to have more playfulness. Just have some little make-believe in your life. have a little fun, get loose a little bit, lighten up. So it was this good message coming in, like, like if we've been taking things too seriously, if we've been worrying about things, we want to just kind of stay in this now moment of fun. And we do not want to hang on to things that have little truth or reality. So in those 7 of cups, some of those are just things to distract you. Some of those choices in those cups are just total distractions. And it's like, that has very little truth for you. So make sure that you're only focusing on what you want. Okay, I just want to say I'm looking out the window and that little groundhog is actually so cute. I'm going to feel real bad when my dogs get a hold of it. All right, so lobelia is the herb that comes in with Pan. It is a muscle relaxer. It's antispasmodic, but it also can be a stimulant, an expectorant, and a nausant. So it's like, if it's good for asthma, lung problems, relieving spasms, and nervous tension and cramps. But it can also be used to induce vomiting. So it's kind of like this herb that's like a little goes a long way. So not to use it as an example, but when you've been out drinking and you've had too much fun, right? Like there's a limit. So this is also a card to me that says, make sure this is done in balance. Make sure your playfulness is done in balance, because you don't want to like lose that energy of the focus of the Chariot, right? You don't want to lose sight of the humility of the Hermit. And it's like, do everything in balance. So thank you, Pan, for that. Let's loosen up a little bit, lighten up a tad, and have a little fun with all of this. Okay, and then we got echinacea and chamomile to wrap it up for ourselves today. And echinacea, it is that herb of purification. It does stimulate our defenses. It does get us going. So if we did have any stagnant energy from like the 9 of Pentacles, that lack consciousness, thinking that we didn't have enough, we do want to move that out. So we do have lots of herbs and messengers today to get us moving. Echinacea is another one. Echinacea tempers heat. It can be used as a tonic, regulates all inflammatory processes. It can also be an herbal antibiotic. If you just need to use it a little bit here, a little bit there. So symbolically, the Temperance Echinacea card is for achieving strength through purity. Beauty emanates from one who is pure in heart. Protecting oneself from heated and angry situations. So that's interesting because like Pan was surrounded by fire. It's like you could overdo this, so make sure that you are balancing it. You don't want to have like so much fun that like you become obnoxious and get into a fight. It can happen. Also, Echinacea is here to tell us to strengthen ourselves against outside influences. So yeah, that 7 of Cups energy is strong. The pumpkin slut propaganda right now in our material world is strong. Don't spend $200 on fake pumpkin decor. Just go to the farm and spend $20 on real pumpkins that you can eat. So temper your life from the outside influences. Learn to say no. Fortify yourself. Okay, you might be testing yourself, right? She's putting her one foot in the water to see if she likes it or not. Okay, if anything in your life right now is a challenge, just see that it is strengthening you and you are learning a lesson from it. And yeah, this groundhog is so cute because he looks like a statue. He looks like the traditional groundhog, upright with his little paws in the air. But anyways, Echinacea is also just, if you're feeling foolish, like you want to take dangerous chances, you want to be a gambler, just know that there is a risk with that and that it's better just to be balanced and to, go easy about it. So now the card in question the most was the Ace of Swords coming in reversed with an upside down chamomile. Yeah, it's like plot twist. What's that upside down chamomile going on? Why are we leaving like that? But here's the thing. Yeah. Okay, so the reverse meaning is, I'll just read it: tyranny, disaster, violent temper, self-destruction. What? So it's like, yeah, like if you, like that temperance card was not joking. She was not joking. She's like, if you don't, you really could go down in not such a glorious way if you allow yourself to be distracted, if you allow your thoughts to be poisoned by others, by the outside world, from the illusion, right? Like you need to stay focused now more than ever. There is no excuse anymore to veer from your path. I mean, yeah, Pan's like, have a little fun, but not too much, okay? So chamomile is a calmative, it's antispasmodic, it's a digestant, it's a mild aperant. It's used for all feelings of stress, nervous tension, indigestion, colic, irregular bowels, cramps. Right? It's got a good assimilable form of calcium. Okay, but it's coming in reversed. If it was upright, it'd be like, yay, victory, yay, attainment of complete self-acceptance and acceptance of others, inner peace and contentment. But it did not come in. It came in reversed. So it's like, this really could go bad if you don't stay focused. It really could. So if you do want peace with others, within yourself, if you do want to accept yourself, self-love, have this contentment, if you want to be victorious in all of these amazing inner accomplishments, then you do need to stay focused. You have to stay balanced. You have to make sure that you are walking the path of light, that you are staying true to yourself, and yeah, being very aware of when you could fall to distraction, to lack mentality, and to overindulgence. Because anytime you get overindulged and fall off your path, like it just sets you back. So stay super duper duper focused to avoid disaster, to avoid any violent or confrontational interactions. But the most is to avoid self-destruction. So it's like you have built yourself up really well. Don't tear any of it down because of self-negligence. Because all of a sudden you don't feel worthy enough of good things. And so you're like, I'll just drink this whole bottle of wine myself. Or, who needs to exercise? Or, oh, who cares if I meditate or not? In the end, I just die. So just really like make sure that you stay focused on the things that you know is best for you. So that is actually one of the things that I love so much about tarot cards. Like it isn't all just, rainbows and puppy dogs like some of my oracle decks are. Sometimes oracle decks are just a nice little pat on the back and there you go, sweetie, get going. But tarot cards be like, yo, you're gonna mess all this up if you don't quit screwing around. And if you think that you can be this distracted and overindulgent and unbalanced and still get away with feeling so good about yourself inside, think again, sister. Like, you have nonstop work to do, and that is why you are lighting the way for yourself and others. So be impeccable on your journey. Yeah, it's not saying like to be so impeccable that like you don't ever lighten up and have fun. You can still have fun, but be impeccable about that too. Be tempered, be balanced, be focused. Do not get distracted by all the illusions of choice. Like, they're not even choices, they're just illusions, and you know better. So stay on that spiritual path. Stay with that focus of investing in yourself. Okay, you don't need a new table runner. What you need to do is go outside and be in nature and meditate under a tree. What you need to do is really focus on loving yourself the way you is. What you really need to do is relax into the peace within. So on that note, you guys, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Invest in yourself. Invest in your love. Invest in your light. Invest in your energy and stay focused on your golden path.